Hello there. So today I'm covering a bug in Stronghold Crusader HD. This bug has been with it before the HD patch, of course. And I know I usually don't play these other Stronghold games, but I am a fan of pretty much all the games in the franchise, except for the second one, Stronghold 2, but that's not really what we're here to cover today. So this bug involves the tunnelers. So I'm going to hire a few tunnelers here, and I'm going to demonstrate how this bug works exactly. Now, this is a bug that I noticed back in 2009 when I played a lot of Stronghold Crusader, and I never really have seen it mentioned anywhere, because you know there are some fan sites, and there are a couple of YouTubers who have covered the game, Stronghold Crusader HD, and I've never seen it mentioned, which doesn't mean that it hasn't been mentioned. It's just that I felt compelled to mention it myself, because there tends to be this nostalgia lens that's placed on a lot of these older games, and this is one of the failings of it. I don't really think it's bad. It's more of it's a curious thing. So, as you know, with tunnelers, you can't just build a tunnel anywhere. There's a limit to how far you can build. So, in other words, I can't build it around here, right? If I want to build a tunneler, I should say if I want to build a tunnel, I have to build it somewhere over here next to my enemy's buildings. Now, there's a way to get around this to an extent, because you know when you place a tunnel over here, the person you're playing against can shoot at them. So if I put this tunnel, say right here, they could easily kill the guy on the way over there. So I'm going to link the tunneler to the first hotkey. So Control 1, and I can bring it back up. Right, so that's the first step to recreating this bug. Control 1, now I will just place my tunnel down here. Now the tunneler starts running off towards it. I press 1 again to call him back up, and I tell him to stop. And as you can see right now, he's digging right in the middle of this grove, because I told him to stop, and he didn't make it all the way to the tunnel. Now the interesting thing is he will warp all the way over to that tunnel when he digs enough. He spends enough time digging. There, now he will warp right into this tunnel somewhere over here. I put it right there. It is, and you can see it's hidden, unfortunately, behind, let's see, V. And the thing about this is you can pretty much tunnel from anywhere. Now the advantage that it would grant to anybody who exploited it is not very great. Obviously, there is a limited amount of damage a tunneler can do, and the amount of overhead required to actually make it work is something that detracts from you building the rest of your economy or managing a real army. And as you can see, you know, tunnelers, they don't deal much damage, but this is something that you can actually do in multiplayer games. So I mean, it could be exploited in that way, although I've never seen it exploited that way. I've tried when playing on a LAN with some of my family to use it, and it's just, you can't. There's nothing all that useful that you can use tunnelers for to begin with. So it's not as game-breaking, of course, as it could be, as a couple of bugs perhaps in the first Stronghold were. But that is the tunneler bug. And it comes about because you can link or bind these tunnelers to hotkeys. Now, normally, if you don't have it bound to a hotkey, and then you decide to build a tunnel over there by the enemy's buildings, you can't reselect them. You know, the tunneler is on his way, and he's gonna run all the way there or die in the process. Now, one thing that should be noted about this is, even though the tunneler warped safely over to the tunnel in the first demonstration of this that I did, the enemy can still destroy the tunnel before the tunneler actually reaches the wall. So, you know, as you can see, if I built a tunnel right in the middle of somebody's castle, because you can warp it in, providing there is actually walking room to do so, if I did that, the enemy would be, see, you can see he died there from an arrow, but if I built the tunnel too close, they could send melee troops after it and destroy it that way. So, like I said, it's not a game-breaking bug, but I thought it was rather curious that you could exploit it simply by, you know, leveraging the hotkeys in the game. The hotkeys are, I think it's Control 1 to 9. You can bind troops to those, and it's a common thread throughout real-time strategy games. So anyway, I think that pretty much covers everything that I have to say about that. I don't endorse anybody exploiting it for whatever personal gain in multiplayer games. I just did this as a curiosity, and I'm interested to know if anybody else has noticed this in their playing of the game. So, thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.